This is the Simpit. I'm Michi Hoyer, and on the second camera you see Shaun Cole for the second round of testing for Daytona 24. So, hello Shaun, how are you doing today?
I am doing better, and I'm very optimistic coming off of yesterday's session.
So, speaking of your yesterday's session, while I was asleep for 2 or 3 hours or something, you did some further testing, I heard. So, how did that went? I definitely need to know how the balance was in the car right there.
The car felt really good. The braking was very solid. The off-the-corner grip was a lot more controllable. There was a hint of four-wheel slide on mid-corner, like in turn 5 mostly. There seemed to be a touch more grip out of the front wheels turning in on 1 and 2.
More grip on 1 and 2?
Gearing change. I think you made a gearing change as well.
Yeah, I did.
Seemed to work out all right. Beyond that, yeah, I was pretty happy with the way the car felt.
That's good. So, what would you say is your actual, let's say, issue, or where you think we need to work the most on? Sorry, you probably couldn't hear me. So, what is the point, or what is the thing on this car currently where you would say we would need to work the most on?
If there was any way to get more front end bite without loosening or getting more oversteer, that would be one. And then that, I'm not sure if it's me overdriving or the setup. Like when I'm four-wheel drifting, is it that I just didn't slow it down enough? Or is it that the car is just not gripping when it's on all four wheels balanced?
I have to be honest, I tested the car myself just further minutes ago. And I know exactly what you mean. However, I had a lot of difficulties braking it because I'm on a load cell, not on a load cell brake, so I'm on a standard potentiometer, whereas I think you're on a load cell brake. So that was an issue to me. However, the actual turn on the front end felt somewhat nice, and I think we're just gonna go on the drive again, see if you feel the same still, because sometimes you have day-to-day performance that differs a little bit, and then we just see if we need to take some action to the car, really.
Okay.
So, feel free to hop in the car. I'm already on it. And then I would say we go on, and as soon as you feel something or think that there is an issue with anything, just let me know. We have a look into it. So, right guys, we're getting this ready then, and I will get up the chat in a matter of seconds, as I quickly need to go on. So that was me definitely missing some last minute check and some last minute change, and you will be laughing quite a lot in a second, I think, as you will see what has happened. As we're looking for Shaun to go out on his first lap. What I found out really is that the tires are very cold at the beginning, and they need to probably be warmed up. And now I am particularly interested if the Falcon is around. Let me get up the chat quickly.
I'm still cutting. gonna have to really work on that.
Yeah, you have to a little bit there. So, as I said, we're looking really much forward to improve both driving and the car still. Thank you, Papa Smurf. Actually, that was a nice donation of Shaun there. Really looking forward to that. Wearing it a lot more often.
Now the car does dance on the nose a little bit right there on brakes. So I'm getting a wiggle out of it, even though it brakes well. It's a little unstable. Feels like the front end is bouncing almost.
Yeah, I agree. I had this very same into the approach to turn 1, out of the exit of turn 2, and out of the exit of turn 5. That's where I have this bouncing and dancing going on. So I'm very sorry, I would love to use a good amount of telemetry right now. However, there is no telemetry being supported when sitting in live there. Maybe I should click start spotting. But I don't think that will change anything. Nope. So it does not work at all, sadly.
No cut though.
Let's see what Shaun is able to do. I have a monitor at the standings.
The gas as early as you'd like.
You will get there, Shaun. Just you need to stay very cool. So Shaun starts his run with a 140.9. And his turn 1 looks considerably better than mine did. No doubt about that. William, which suspension you would soften exactly there? There's a lot of ways to soften a suspension. I just got an idea though. No, Falcon, the plugin is not, or the dash is not working when spotting. As I'm currently looking at the top speed, and that is going to be an interesting value. Since he now hit 293, 294 right there. And this will make me interestingly look into a different setting. Probably at the end of the day you have to remember that it's a 24-hour race you do with a lot of people. So that means you need to race a set that is easy to drive, being considerably easy to drive for everyone right there. Shaun is doing a good job though meanwhile, so I quickly note that again. Top speed was a certain value at the end of the main straight. And Shaun is doing really good though, and I'm already sorry for what happens right there now in... Alright, something has happened now on that screen. I'm not too sure whether this is working right now though. And as far as I can see it doesn't. We're still live. Anyway, I have to do a quick look, which means being sorry to you guys. But I need to get that thing over.
Billy, come on.
Well, that is interesting enough. What I'm seeing right there. And you guys are back. That was close. Yeah, Shaun now really is in a groove, I have to say, and I just let him go as soon as something happens there. A 39.5 is a considerably good lap time right there. Shane, what you mean by get it dialed in? Do you mean the car? Well, I got at least virtual PB over 138.8, however I didn't get it down. Yeah, Shaun's driving is very much improved, I have to say as well. And that's the reason why I keep completely silent towards him. Brendan, that race is going to be on Saturday, 1400 GMT. So now on the upcoming Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that went a little bad. Nothing serious though. Don't crash, please. Thank you. Good luck there, John. Hope you're doing well. Maybe we see you back here later again. Would be great.
nasty.
Yeah, you need to be a little bit careful on the exit of bus stop chicane. So as I said, I just let Shaun drive because he's going to get into a real good flow. And I will get my massive calculator up since I need spotted some things I really want to have a look into. Can't be right. What I get right now.
That's it.
That was an interesting moving on the braking from the car ahead.
Yeah. Come on, Cole. Come on, get him.
Still trying to figure out who that car is there. Car ahead is the guy that's currently leading the pack with a 138.4. Try to overtake him with a slipstream. Can you try to stick close to him? I need to measure gaps.
I'm trying.
Sure, Shaun is trying, but I need to remind him. It was interesting because Shaun closed the gap of that was, I'm sure, bigger than 3/4 of a second. T-Bone, I can forward that question to Shaun very soon, I think. As we now see an exit of 0.5 seconds, that is. 204.
.5.
Yeah, I'm currently on the relative as well. Thanks. Try to overtake him again. Very nice move there. So once again, that's viable information.
Either I'm starting to punch it or it's starting to get a little slippery in the rear.
You might have overheated your tires a bit by pushing and staying close. Would you also agree that the car of the leader was faster in the corners than your car?
Yes.
My little siskin, that race is going to be on the upcoming Saturday, 1400 GMT, so the 20th of January. And I kind of like the consistency of Shaun right here. So really looking for something really good. Yeah, Steam, that's actually alright.
Ah,
Yes, Kawajuri, as ACR Nobody already said, Avid Chronic Racing and VOD will merge together to become a big Avid Chronic Racing team. So now this is ACR Zakspeed right here. We merged together with two minor teams forming a big one, so now our head count is around 80 guys. So there's a lot of stuff going on our side, which will truly be even more intensified in the future. And while Shaun is racing, I cannot really complain too much about his driving at the minute at all, though that brings up the possibility for myself to hint you guys a little very interesting guide. That's the Avid Chronic Racing Advanced Setup Guide, which currently is still reworked on in order to be more detailed, in order to be more advisory in general sim racing, so not only looking into R Factor 2, which it usually did, but it's going to be a guide that also assists you on practicing as a driver, practicing your mind. So it's gonna be about mental strength, it's gonna be about physical strength as well. It's an 80+ page document that's going to be released soon. So if you guys want to look up what's happening at Avid Chronic Racing and when this guide is finally to be released for sale, make sure to follow www.avidchronicracing.com. Make also sure to follow the Facebook pages of Avid Chronic Racing, of myself, of the Simpit, and most important, guys, hit the like button of this stream if you want that stuff to carry on. Make this show an even bigger one, and I'm now going to have a look into setup changes, what can be done there maybe. So I bring quickly up the holding pattern for you guys before I look into some things.
shit.
Don't say that.
Car definitely feels loose. Oversteer on exit. Even on entry a little bit. Feels really good in this corner. Because I can use it to get off the corner. This corner I'm having a lot of hard time with.
With understeer. Too much understeer out of 5?
It's loose right when I get to the gas, and then it does go understeer once it gets the traction.
So it's loose in the back, and once it got the traction, it goes understeer.
Yeah.
Right. Looking at the lap times though, they are quite consistent, starting with a 144 in traffic, 39.8, 0.7, 0.5 at traffic 41, 39.8, 39.7, 43 with traffic, 39.6, 2.9, 3.6, 3.9. Could be a little bit more consistent right there, but I now can see the struggle of Shaun.
You know, the other problem is I keep pushing into the corner that it's giving me difficulty instead of slowing it down just a touch.
Well, try to adjust your driving there then. Steam King, did you say damage on the front left of the car? No, that's no damage. Oh, that is probably the cooling of the. Let me see though. No, there's no damage on the car. It's probably all the ailerons and the cooling right here. From what I see. Yeah, T-Bone is right. It's just the fins. How did the different white line work out there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just throwing it into 5 too hard. Ah, come on. Shit. Look at that. Look at that loss.
We can't see it sadly, so we need to do some team radio on that.
Nice running with you, Brandon. Car's really turning on throttle on the slow speed stuff. I mean, it's starting to get a little nasty for me, even, I'd say, on the rear end. Exit of 1, 2. Even here, but it's not as big a deal because I needed a little more here.
Okay.
Now it feels good there when I take that line.
Yeah, I found out in my testing that you probably need to stay more to the inside. So, other than the Mustang, that car needs to stick to the inside and get the perfect traction off the rubbered line rather than try to carry the speed around turn 5.
Copy, copy.
Yeah, Billy Strange, you could be right. Either it was me mumbling a little bit unclearly, or he just didn't get the full message. Because we need to look to get the lap times back into the 39s, which he just did, right there.
still worked.
So I just saw your message there, Falcon. Thank you very much for your support there, Wolfgang. Clearly we'll have a talk.
Like an endurance race. I have to go to the bathroom. We're almost out of fuel.
Being out of fuel is one thing, but need to go to the bathroom after a 40-minute drive is
I'm not
not really what I'm looking for in an endurance race.
Yeah, I'm not in endurance mode right now.
Anyway, we're getting you there. Alright, Shaun, try to keep it into the 39s. Need your 39s lap times here. Oh, Mr. Cofellino, I can tell you we had that for the last race, and happily we didn't have to use it. That would have looked a little awkward, I think. No, Pavel, he would not have liked to do that. He had a diaper in his reach, really, to do exactly what you guys insisted to do. And I'm sorry probably about the bad connection right now, or the bad buffering going on the stream. I see the up rate jumping up and down. But all in all, it should be right there. Should be okay. Right, so I think Shaun is close to being right at the end of the first run. A fuel for another 2 laps. Come on, Shaun, get me a final 139 mid, and then it's time for box. Oh yeah, broken sticks. That's definitely the case. I would love if that would never happen to me. Knocking on wood right now, it isn't yet. Nevertheless, you never know when it's gonna be the first time. Would you like refueling and see how the car balance is?
Yeah.
Okay. I fiddle that in then.
This is fuel, no tires.
Yep. Alright, you need to do a lot of short shifting now. Don't push at all into the midfield. Do it really slow, because we're short on fuel.
I'm boxing this lap?
Yes, you're boxing this lap. Take it easy, take it very easy. You're short on fuel. So take it easy through that in-lap to power it out of the bus stop chicane, so you can simulate pit entry.
I didn't want to go by. I wanted the draft.
So I get quickly up my stopwatch, if I can find it. No! Where's my stopwatch? Where's my smartphone? There we are. So I need a clock.
Oh, fuel.
No worries, we're gonna make it.
$55. I thought we were in. Oh, I need to carry more speed, huh? I thought it was 88 for this track.
Actually can't remember. Put it into neutral. Oh there. Let's see if we can make it. Do you have ignition set?
No, but I have the clutch in. We're coasting.
Okay.
It should refire.
Oh, there we are. Alright, go as soon as you can. Hey Dragon, hey everyone else, hope you enjoyed today's show as well. As Shaun is out again,
yes,
on
sir.
an old set of tires, talking to someone in the lobby though, so not to me. So he is back out on old tires, getting vital information in on how this car will feel in a probable double stint. We do not know yet whether it's necessary to do
39
one.
still.
My little Siskin, yes, the race is going to be streamed, and actually ACR channel and the Shaun Cole will host each other's streams during that event to make it a full 24-hour live coverage from the ACR Zakspeed car number 2 over the entire weekend there. So yeah, really looking forward to some action going on right there. So while Shaun is setting out his first lap, I'm gonna go talk a little bit about what's happening right here at ACR. So we're gonna enter that race with 2 cars, so ACR Zakspeed 1 and ACR Zakspeed 2. Shaun will be with us in the ACR Zakspeed 2 car, and currently there's an iRacing meeting going on in our team Discord, and I quickly have a look. There are a lot of people in there right now. Actually, they postponed the meeting towards in 15 minutes, but that's alright. So they're going to decide on things like race strategy and stuff already, which is going to be very nice. So first lap time will be 140.1, so there's definitely some speed in the car still.
Oh, don't hit the wall.
Alright, Shaun, prepare yourself to go as long as possible on that tire in that stint. And then you can go to bathroom, obviously. So that's gonna be his reward if he makes that stint towards the end. Looking for consistent high 39s if somehow possible. So I'm shorting him target lap time in order to, or together with a hope that he will get it done. Hey James, thanks for coming back there. Brandon, what do you mean what kind of sequence I'm trying to set up a car? Or I'm liking to start? I mean, usually I start setting up a car from scratch. I do installation laps, that means I go out on track, see how the car handles at the minute, think about the aerodynamical balance, whether that's alright, downforce level. That's what I think about while doing installation laps, and as soon as I got everything fiddled in, that means hitting braking points, hitting the marks, hitting the apexes, doing consistent lapping, I start to think about what I do feel on the car, what I do feel on the suspension, what I think what might need to be tweaked. And then I start working on from there. So the first thing I set is aero. After the aero I fix the gearing, trying to hit slipstream and see whether the gearing is alright. And I'm sorry for the buffering going on there. After the gearing I then work out the balance of the suspension. So if I have issues bouncing with the car, if I have issues oversteering, understeering, most of the thing I do work on the suspension then. And yeah, from there on you go step by step, setting by setting, and you're just readjusting the car balance a lot in between. Shaun, what's your current virtual PB?
Say again?
Current virtual PB.
38.5.
Okay. So Shaun finally has hit the target of a 39.8. Dragon, the clutch pedal for Formula car. I use one on the GP3 mod series because it has no launch control. If the car has launch control, I won't use a clutch pedal really. I need to set the clutch though, because in the FSR if I spin the car or the engine's gonna die out. Kevin Turco, my current wheel is a G29 with a standard pedal set. Great stuff, Brandon. Thanks for the feedback. Chris, I just took the car out for like 15 laps and I dialed in. I
42.
don't think I went into the 39s in the end. Or I did the 39.5, whereas the virtual PB was a 38.8. About the aliens doing 136, probably that was with low fuel as well. I think there's some good fuel effect on the car still. And that would be something else I would like to measure out right now. As I probably have to draw up an Excel file for that, and I'm gonna be busy typing a lot. But that is all being necessary right now. And Shaun just needs to go further more consistent like that. Don't swear it. So Shaun is not doing too bad though, right there with the traffic going on, and I hope those cars move over. Get out of the way. So probably I need to skip that lap time there.
Come on.
Stay cool, come on. Keep your head down. Come on,
Man,
keep the
you don't want that wall out of the front of your car.
wall. Alright, so 40.7. Still not bad for that traffic. Let me see what the GTE currently are hitting. They are hitting 41.2, 41.5, 41.5. Yeah, there are 3 GTE guys out there in the 41s.
I missed a gear. Jesus.
Don't cut. If you wonder why I'm looking that strange currently, is because I'm noting down lap times in an Excel sheet right there. And I do think that Shaun is missing some performance on the braking, Emo. I know that Shaun thinks from himself that he's very good on the braking, which is actually true. I saw him doing a good job on the braking. However, I do think he's not maximizing out the full potential of the car right there. So we definitely have to look into that. Dragon, I do use the foot pedal clutch when racing in the Mazda. Probably it's more easier to use a button there. To me it looks like he's overdriving the car a bit there. Like not extremely, but still overdriving it. You think you can ditch back into the 39s?
I don't know, it's really slick slippery on exit. Trying, Michi.
Trying to take it a little bit more easy in the car. I think you're overdriving it a little bit.
Copy.
Oh, that's a good coincidence. Oh, sorry. Michael, I'm not sure really. I was looking for a way, but seems like on spotting it does not work on my end. I agree, Steam King. I very much agree, and you can see that on that fact that I'm not talking too much to him at all, just giving minor instructions. I do not feel the very need to change anything on the set right now. I think if he's comfortable with it right there, all he needs to fix is that he stay too close on the inside there for that to bus stop chicane. And maybe, I'm not sure whether we'll be able to swap those things around. At the end of the stint we're gonna swap around, and I'm going to show him different racing lines around that bus stop chicane. Did you touch him?
No.
Try to go on, if possible.
I just forced a pass I probably should have backed out of. Really sorry about that.
No worries. So we skipped that lap we just did with a spin. He actually made into the 39.7. That's great. Skip that one. The 0. Take the next one though again. Michael, I'm not too sure because it does not say contact. I know iRacing very well in that way. It even detects the littlest amount of, or the least amount of contact still. So another 40.14.
Brakes. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
For 2.4 hours. Difficult to say really. We're currently running since quite a bit of time there. I don't really know, to be fair. That's something we need to figure out still in the aftermath and the debrief. So, Shaun comes around for another lap, which is going to be a 45. So now the times really drop in there.
There we go. Now I got the car back.
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. A 37.3.
On the low speed corners, it just really wants to oversteer.
Hats off for that. Hey Danjo, thank you very much for joining us here. And I'm gonna see what's the next lap time about to be. Yeah, Michael, I wonder that as well. I wonder that very, very a lot too.
Come on, let's get in the 39s. Come on, baby. Not this time, obviously.
So probably that's not gonna be a very good lap as well. Double stinting's gonna be difficult, I guess, with that type of car and the tires.
Sorry, Michi.
All fine. Come on, additional 9 laps, and you're done.
It's not that. I just am not driving it well.
You're very overdriving the car, braking a little too early, but wrong, and then throw the car through the corner. That's what you're doing wrong. Yeah, James and Steam King it is. It's a bit also nature of the track though. And it's because of Shaun. I can see it from the video and a little from the driving hands on the wheel. It's Shaun like double apexing it. He turns in and he turns right and he turns right again in order to get that second chicane done, whereas that should be one flow. And as he said it himself, he's not handling the car very well, which well, also doesn't help. Come on, Shaun, get your stuff done. Little more to go. Not going well, really. Anyway, lap time wise, it's looking quite okay. Come on, Shaun, don't miss the apex of 4, and then it's a 39. Keep it cool. So guys, right there we covered a lot of data right now, and this might look a little bit boring at the minute, because it's just Shaun driving over and driving over and over into the 40s, doing one lap after another. But what is really important is that he gets the feel of doing a double stint, that he gets the feel of going into the long game, as he's just doing right now. So this is his 42nd lap, and he's still too much to the inside there on the bus stop. So despite me being really bad around this circuit in general, I'm gonna try to show him some points on the corners, or some points on the circuit where he can improve his driving. As I'm still noting down stuff. 41.18, so he's slowly getting there. He's not really far off. Yeah, he's braking a bit too late. For that bus stop chicane, try to brake right at the yellow board. Right there. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was obvious. That was probably my fault.
Did you mean at the 1?
No, not at the 1. Right after the 2, there's a tiny little yellow board, like 160 meters to the corner.
Yeah, isn't that where I normally brake?
Yeah, from the video it feels like you brake a little later than that.
Okay, copy. Sorry about dumping it.
No worries, we're still in testing, that's pretty much alright.
Tires are a little warm.
I think you now lit them entirely up there.
That just means underdrive for 1 lap.
Yeah. Try to get that back into the window. Yeah, William, you're probably right. I killed him quite badly there. So, Shaun, we got another 3.5 laps to go. And then I want you to pull into the pits again. Do fully fuel up the car, change tires, and do additional 2 or 3 laps. And then I will hop into the car and show you some other lines.
Copy.
So that's right there where we go. Right, I need to keep up a little bit again with timings. So that was a 47 in the cooldown lap, which is good. And into the 39.51, that's great as well. Right, upcoming lap will be a final lap of the timed stints, so 2 laps to box. We are safe on fuel this time. So I'm already setting up stuff for the box. That's good. The last lap definitely was a 139.5, so that's a really good lap. And even though he sort of spinned it around right now, he just went to a good pace right in the end of the stint. Thank you very much, Jump Jones. It's not just a very cool shirt, it's also fitting considerably well. Well, that was too early for me. Probably I should have set something still, so I need to get back on the clock. Alright. I'll just tell him afterwards though. Alright, now it starts. What does it say for pit stop time?
It's counting upward. 13.
Okay,
14.
just be ready to go as soon as you. That's very interesting. So, do you have fresh tires right now? We will be seeing that. So do another additional 3 laps. I will go to the bathroom real quickly, then be back and do driving.
Okay.
So I'm very afraid you guys need to be a little bit patient with me and bear with me for a second. As you can see in the background that my second screen is already shuffled around. That is my wheel going to the desk. And I quickly watched the first lap of Shaun to see about lap time. As we just got 30 minutes remaining. Well, yeah, I had the comfort really to like go on the bathroom real quickly because I was not driving yet. However, I quickly quit right here to press continue, and you will still hear Shaun Cole driving the car. However, I'm going to see withdraw from that. Withdraw right now. So, oh, I'm gonna go hosted races. Why is Shaun being shown offline? Oh, fingers crossed. That looks good. Where is he? Where is Shaun? Why is Shaun not on that list here? There he is. Watch now. Nope. How can I join him here? On that particular server. How can I join your server you're currently racing on as a driver?
You have to join Team Shaun Cole. Oh, jeez. You see how close that was?
No, I'm not on the server anymore at the minute. So I dial myself in a practice session. And join...
Go to the hosted rooms.
Yeah.
And then when you join as Team Shaun Cole, I believe. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we're not in Teams mode, Michi. We're on my server.
So I can't join you at all, or what?
No, I don't think so. Shoot.
How did others be able to join you then?
Say again, I couldn't hear you.
How were others supposed to join you then?
Well, I have it set up wrong in the hosting conditions, I think.
I see.
I don't think I have it in Teams mode.
Anyway, that means we quickly head back. So there we go. Hosted racing, and then I think we just do a tiny little session all together. As soon as Shaun is finished. Where is he now? There you go. So that is probably not supposed to show you that. No. I just wanted... Alright. Watch posted. Spot. There you go. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah, Michael, I'm just going to drive, and I see whether I can get Shaun into another room then after his 3 laps. And then we're gonna do a little debrief all together and show you, at least I'm going to show you how, or try to show you how I would take at least bust up chicane. And for you guys, there's more racing to come from my end though. So on my personal channel, I'm gonna be live doing a Formula Renault race right after that stream. So I'm scheduled in for the race that kicks off 20:45 GMT. So in a good hour from now, on Road Atlanta, I think that is, and I do know the circuit in general. I'm just not too sure about whether my set will work or not. And well, we just give it a go, you know. First time, first race, first condition there. As this joining takes really long.
Michi, didn't you promise me I'd be out of the car by now?
Yeah, if you've done your 3 laps.
I did it like 5 or so.
Oh, yeah, you're able to stop then. I just want to know about the lap times, but the game is loading like endless.
My lap times have still been about where we were.
No improvement.
No.
Wait until you box, please. Please don't box yet.
Don't box?
Not yet, please. I'm still loading. This is annoying. I have to say annoying. Are you sure that iRacing is crashing right there? The game is endlessly loading, really. I'm sorry for that. There I am. Alright, now you can stop if you want.
Alright, I'll finish this lap.
Okay. Denjo, I'm not too sure really, because if I put up the menu and it was like that before, it was replace. I really double checked that before he boxed. Don't get into the service though. Puncture?
What's that?
Did you say puncture?
No, I missed the pit limiter button.
Alright, press exit. I quickly need to look up something.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you can then leave the server. And how can I join another server and you then join me there?
Say again?
I want to leave that server and join a server on which you can join me then.
Okay, that'll be just one of the regular practice rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I take a practice room right there and get a little bit into the groove for you guys, and you still be able to see what happens right now. So iRacing is taking ever so long to load stuff. Withdraw. And I'm gonna be just doing a short practice session. I'm gonna just call myself Michi Hoyer. Please don't join right now, because I want to be joined by Shaun then. And Tom Jones, you're so damn right. Really, you're so damn right. And at that point, we're probably gonna swap places as soon as Shaun comes back. I would like him to take over the show to some extent. Yes, I do have unread messages on iRacing. You could be right, really. I don't know. Let me see if I can get the window up. Right there. Well, it's doesn't matter right now anyway. So guys, I just use the short break in order to get you back up the topic with the Patreon stuff here. So if you like what you see, hit the like button, tell your friends, share, subscribe. Bring your guys to the show, get them into Patreon and join the backstage show on the private Discord channel of the Simpit, where you guys are going to be able to contribute to the show, give suggestions, talk to Shaun Cole, talk to me, talk to the other Patreon guys. And as soon as we hit the $500 mark, Shaun Cole is hosting a monthly race and broadcasts it to the Simpit, where you guys are taking on in the action, and the Simpit is actually taking the commentary on you guys. So that is going to be a very special thing. As soon as we hit the 500, you can see the counter down in the bottom screen. Otherwise, if you like to contribute to the show, you will find some nice links in the description where you got the possibility to support the show. Make sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe, tell your friends. I said it twice now, doesn't matter, can't say it often enough. We really want to grow this show to the next level right there. And want to make this to become a next level thing. So I really do hope that we're going to be back soon. Right, so Shaun is back, that's good. I'm gonna be in a server on a minute. I'm still loading. Can you somehow join me already?
I will try to.
I'm in a session where now it's 46 or 47 minutes left. And I quickly pull on my setup there. So, and now it's me sitting in that car. For some reason the livery is not on. Maybe because I did not select it really right. Go back into the pits. I got some damn lagging going on, really. Cockpit view, that's right. I need to load car cam, default, practice. Alright, that's set. iRacing is really weird meanwhile. And now I need to shift myself a little bit more back. That's good. So Shaun, feel free to keep talking to the crowd as I'm probably handing over the show a little bit to you as we swap the roles.
Okay, I'm trying to join your team, which is what I'm trying to do right now. There we go. I made it far more complicated than I needed it to be. Alright, I'm joining Michi's team here. which should put me in spotter position. Sorry, now I'm on the loading screen. I'm a little exhausted at this point. That was 55 laps, I believe.
Something around that, yep.
Yeah, about an hour 40, 45 minutes of driving. So I'm a little worn out.
And that started really well.
As good as my Simpit mug is, it does not keep coffee warm for 2 hours.
I think there's hardly any mug that doesn't it.
Not an open top one, no. Still loading.
Yeah, just tell me as soon as you're here.
Copy.
I need to drive myself warm anyway.
I like and I don't like that I was able to run a 39.5 at the end. I like it. I'm in, Michi.
Okay.
On one hand, I like it because it's good to see, and on the other hand, I don't like it because where was that for the 20 preceding laps?
Yeah, we can have a discussion about that later. For now, I would just like you to have a little look at me, how I take bus stop chicane, basically. I think all the other occasions you did particularly well. However, feel free to talk to the community and watch the driving of me here.
I go to the chase view for certain reasons. Sliding through one.
Put it into cockpit cam so you can see the difference.
I'm gonna turn down the volume, I can't hear. There we go.
Now the real important part for you is coming up right there, because I think in that bus stop chicane you lose an awful amount of time mid-corner.
Okay.
I'll just see if the different approach helps you. Not like that. It's probably that in Germany you call it Vorführ effect, the effect of showing off something to someone.
Yeah. I call it the GoPro effect. Anytime you put a GoPro on, something stupid happens.
Very true.
Alright, coming into one, braking a little later than I am. A lot of wobble. Sorry, is my commentating not helping?
Not at all. It's just not me being ready to drive this.
At the same braking point there. That you weren't at full speed, so hard to say. Heard a little throttle ABS there. much later line than me there. Getting on it earlier, squirrely. Got the same braking point there. Very slimmer. Oh.
Right, bus stop chicane for the second time.
Okay.
Let's see. Was a bit too far from the apex of the second chicane, but the very important thing is that the right-hand king, so the second part of the first chicane and the first part of the second chicane, is one steering input. That's the best way to do it. And by the way there, Shaun, get your upper chat. I think there's some questions on the chat.
Okay, I'll head over there in 1 second. I was watching the replay through there that time. I just want to see your entry into the first part. Okay, I'll get on the chat right now.
Nah, I'm just driving like utter crap.
Michi, they say you don't put enough body English into it.
Buddy, what?
Hey, Bryce Evans, new patron member. Thank you for joining the team.
Ah, you mean the guys meaning I'm chilling too much behind the wheel?
No, I think they're comparing the way I lean into every corner and you don't move at all.
Ah, I'm not used to moving into a corner. I would do in the kart though.
I think that's it. It's like I did karting and that just became the natural way to turn.
As soon as I hit the throttle there, the car starts bumping and jumping around. A bit annoying.
Yeah, it's like 10% is 50% torque.
Right. Bus stop chicane again.
Alright, let's watch the bus stop, guys. Braking just a hair off the yellow, getting in early. Tom is always trying to give away free stuff. It's very nice that Tom offers such great prizes to new patron members. I appreciate it, Tom. I missed it, James, but that does happen from time to time. Mitch, it'd be nice if I had a mute for you, huh?
Oh, yeah. Heh. Probably. Well, you talking to me does not bother me at all while driving. It's just I'm not able to dial it in with that front, with that brake bias on that corner. That's the biggest issue right now.
This car definitely takes a while to get used to. It drives differently than most cars, that's for sure. Whoa! I lost you for a moment. I'm back. Alright, we're gonna focus on Michi's bus stop. Looking for improvement in our driving line. We're watching somebody else drive. You know, and if you're out there watching the stream, whether you're gonna work with your teammate like I am here with Michi, or, you know, I could have picked anybody in that room who was running faster than me and watched their driving line through the bus stop. Here we are. Onto the brakes. Smoother entry that time. That looked pretty nice. That looked pretty nice, but at the same time, I don't see the huge difference between what I, like, in my mind. Now, I wasn't watching my driving line. That felt like what I was doing.
You're like 2 meters more to the inside in the middle of the corner, in between both chicanes, and that gives you a bad exit.
It's very easy to overdrive this car, and at the same time, when you overdrive it, you stop allowing it to get all that it's good for. It's like, you have to drive it hard, but really smooth, and be gentle to it at the same time, and then you find its rewarding quality. You overcook it in the braking zone, you will slide into the corner. You break it down enough, you can carry more speed, get it back to balanced throttle. Once it's back on 4 wheels again, it really does track really well. On 2 wheels, under heavy acceleration, when all the weight's on the rear, it's really tough. Under heavy braking, when all the weight's on the front, it's very tough. I'm sharper through the right-hander, the first right.
Yeah, I did that wrong.
Okay, James, I see. Michi's letting it drift out a little bit wider, as he said. Yeah, as Chris says, this car likes slow in, fast out. Absolutely.
Alright, let's do this
I don't know
then.
the answer. We'll see if we can get that from Michi. And no, we're not using first, Curtis. I wasn't. I haven't heard first out of Michi.
If I could just get the braking right for once.
Yeah, I think the big thing for Michi on turn 1 is the lack of a load cell, and if there's anywhere this car and this track benefits from something you can balance your weight on, it's like a load cell or a hydraulic, it's turn 1. More so than anywhere in almost any car track combination I can think of. That looked good until right there. Yeah, he's on G29 pedals. Yeah, no doubt about that, William. $40.6. Hi, buddy. Hi, Max. What's up, bud?
Oh, for crying out loud.
Boy. Hi. Yes, hi. Alright, let's see now. Michi's starting to get warmed up.
Yeah, looking forward to the 39.5 if the bus stop is right.
Looks like that car really kicked out on you under braking.
No, I just wasn't slow it down enough. Here's some interesting thing though. I barely didn't lose any time compared to my PB. And I think now I got an idea of how to drive this car, so let me give it another try.
Max is 4 years old, everybody. 4. He's no puppy. He acts like one, though. He's my buddy. Hi, buddy. Yes, hi. That's not a bad idea, Chris. I'm also running with the Majors, Pacific Majors series, and we're going to be at Daytona. I'm going to be in the Audi 90. That's even more laps here at Daytona. Yeah, Gonzo, he's getting into that stride of being about a perfect dog. A little out of control on the barking. Other than that, he's the best dog I've ever known. Yeah, I haven't had one since I was a kid, James. I've had a couple of cats because I've always been in small places and finally got a dog. Ooh. Hi, yes. Do you know we're on camera? Look up there. Aw, I'm sorry. Correct. Actually, no, we got him a year after the Simpit was born, but we adopted him when he was 2. Wait. I just did. Oh, sorry, Michi.
It's alright, I just did a mistake.
I want to watch your last bus stop anyway.
Alright, I give it a final try and then I think we stop it right here. Anyway, I appreciate all the support I see right now. What? Who's driving that car right now?
Not me. Someone else jumped in it?
Whoever it is, stop it! Someone is driving my car!
I don't see anyone in the car.
But it moves. Oh wait, this is replay, but... Strange. That entire iRacing thing is weird. I'm back in the car though.
Okay. That was funny.
Alright, it's gonna be the final time, like 1 or 2 laps. Alright, let me get past that GTE car. Because I then gonna head off and run for a Formula Renault race. Nah. Alright, that was off track.
Did you give a little bit of gas on turn-in to settle the car?
If I do so, I do not do it consciously.
Because, you know, like, it'll make me hear things that aren't really happening.
Not sure.
Dragon, I mean, the first answer to your question is it's a difference in what type of component they're using. Whether it's now analog versus digital. No, officially I don't know the answer. I would imagine there could be a difference in refresh rate. There could be a difference in points of resolution. And my assumption would that be analog potentially could be slower, could be a little bit less pinpoint accuracy. But I don't think you can make that blanket statement either. Hi, buddy. Did you want to get down? Oh. Okay, you're okay. Good boy. Alright, here we go. Bus stop.
No! That was a cut of a lap into the 38th. Ah. Alright, second chance to get it right.
I do know what you mean, by the way, and when you're done, I'll explain what I interpret, and you tell me if I'm right. Bad module error. Okay.
For me! For me!
Tom, that's exactly right. He has a big dog bark and he's a little dog. He's actually only 24 pounds, but he acts a bit bigger than that. He scares people more than a 24-pound dog should. Michi ran a 39.1, everybody. I didn't see, was that a draft lap or not?
Nope.
Damn it. I have 5 hours of track time and Michi's about to beat me, or already has. Yes, he is, Nart. Tom.
Come on.
hope so, Dragon. They didn't say anything, or I didn't see anything on that, but we'll look into it.
Oh, I'm off tracking my out of the car. Alright, let's get this done and then I think we bring this to an end. Nope, that's not gonna be it as well.
He's on the exact same setup I am. Awesome, Andre. Thank you very much. Super duper appreciate that.
Right, I'm gonna give it a final chance out of the pits because I think I had some damage on the car from contacting the wall. And this is really the last attempt then.
Michi, someone asks if you're good at Mario Kart.
Not at all. Just feels weird to drift it with 150 kph around the hairpin. So my brain tells me not to do it, and so others are faster.
ARB, that gives us all hope, really.
Yeah, William, you are right. I know I can do it and I want it. As you can see, as an optimal it's a 38.8. So, if I can do it...
I was part of World's Fastest Gamer. Don't knock the guy in 234th place.
Good job, that means you beat like 2,200 guys.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the top 10%.
That was weird. Look, have you seen that bus stop chicane? That's very often what you do.
Bouncing a lot.
Yeah, but that's very often what you do. You have to open the steering in the middle in between, and then if you turn on again, the car becomes unsettled. So if you do it around in one steering input, it's so damn nice.
The crowd would really like to see a 38 from you, Michi.
Okay.
Michi says to me, I'd like to just see a high 39 from you. Like, I'm trying.
No way.
She would like a 138. Okay. Oh, that was nice.
Alright, no joke, 138 incoming.
.38.6. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right, as I said, I stop it here. I said final attempt.
38.6, son of a you know what. I should do a attack the track and take my best lap from my session and compare it to that 38.6 with overlays and look at car rotation and
Feel free to do so.
Points. I'm gonna save that so I don't forget.
Right, I wanted to do a Formula Renault race, actually. Probably have to skip that. Anyway, right, so I'm gonna leave the server right now and bring Shaun on the big camera. Wait a second. There we go. That's Shaun maximized on me. Hold on a second. That's not what I was looking for. For that. Okay. There you go. So, I think, and let me do some other things so I can happily stop pressing a damn button for the entire video. There you go. That's a lot better. Right. So, Shaun, probably this time it's me more talking to you rather than me asking you questions. We've done that stint right here, the double stint basically, and I have to say I'm actually quite satisfied with your performance, despite the 2 spins that are probably caused by me rather than you, because I was distracting you in your drive. You did considerably well, really. As I... Whoops. Got the wrong calc. Right, so, average lap times per stint was a little less fuel, I have to admit. You were missing like 10 or 11 liters. But, average lap time 139.8. Second stint average lap time 140.2. Not that bad if you consider the tire to be used in the first stint already. So you can say it was quite consistent, and despite some ups and downs, and I mean, as you said, you could have hit another set of 39s, but still you did considerably well, to my understanding. So if you, I mean, I threw you a little bit into cold water. In the beginning of the stint, I was like, all right, let's just let him drive 4 or 5 laps to see how he gets warmed. But then I found out that you actually had quite a good pace, and I decided like to just keep you going and let's see where this takes us. So considering your test session yesterday, how happy you have been today with your driving there?
Oh, big difference, and you know, I guess the best scale I could use, like what you use in grammar school, but I think yesterday's efforts or my drive was a C plus to B minus. I mean, you know, I didn't wreck the car too badly or anything like that, but I just was having a hard time in the comfort zone. Today I felt comfortable, and there are aspects of my day that I felt really good about, strong. Like on my best, I'm like, okay, at moments that was awesome. And then at other moments, it's like, well, whether it was a lack of focus or overdriving or even getting a little worn out, I'll admit. I was getting a little tired there when I had to pee and we were halfway through the second stint. So like I was saying, when you were driving, hitting a 39.5 on my 50th or so lap was like a small victory, but then it also made me angry that I hadn't been doing better for quite some time. But that gets back to kind of what the purpose and point of today was on such a big event that we're undertaking here. But I needed to do sessions where I pushed things to the level of race. The amount of time in the cockpit, the amount of time to, if I did have to go to the batter, you know what, suck it up, you have to hold it. You know, what are you going to do, crash into a wall to take a pee break? So even though I didn't hit that consistency that I think I'm capable of, because I saw maybe too wide a variance in my lap time, so I would have liked to have seen him just consistently declining even with tire wear. And I feel like it was still doing a lot of this. But the key to running a long stint like this is that that's how you get it to that more of a flight, line like that is. So I feel like today will go a long way when I step away and then come back to a point of being able to push and now maintaining a certain consistency. And I think that's sort of bringing the whole thing together for a race like this, 24 hours long.
Yeah, I totally agree. And probably you get even more consistent the more practice and driving that's going on your side there. There is, I mean, pace-wise, you got it. I think you're overdriving the car a little bit. You're driving, you're braking a little bit too late. And here's the fun fact that I just fiddled out in the final corners or final laps of that stint right now. In Germany, there's a proverb, less is more, and that is entirely what comes to the brake pedal. The less you push it, the higher brake efficiency you got. You don't stress the tires, the car deceleration is great, and you keep the momentum on the turn-in. So you don't want to really approach a corner, brake hard, go in. You want to brake very soft and very far away. Sometimes 5 meters earlier braking is better than being on spot. And I think that's the thing you need to practice a little bit more, especially when we talk about bus stop chicane. You probably need to roll on a little bit more into the first chicane, but then give it 50% of gas already on the apex of the second part of the first chicane. And you really want to do it like this. You go in, you turn the wheel, you turn it right, it keeps like that, it keeps all the way that, and then you go left for the straight. It's some sort of a three corner turn rather than a 4-corner double chicane to drive it.
I'm doing a left, a right, a left, and then he added corrections to that. Versus it should be a left, a right, and then just sort of like really almost a straight line out of it. I mean, just an adjustment in angle more than even a turn, it seems.
Exactly. That's the way it's supposed to be. And I think that's the only type of thing where you could work on, maybe. Or what you basically have to work on a bit. I think that's it. Was saying.
Well, I just want to visualize what you were saying, because I totally I don't even think it's setup dependent as much as it's this car, but it's like, let's just say this is a car, this is the nose, but it's like when you over brake, you rotate so high into the air that the car dances on the front wheels, and it makes it really hard for it to steer as accurately and positively as it would. It'll turn because it wants to over rotate because it's dancing. But when you under brake and keep the car more here when you turn in, the rear wheels are still keeping grip on the car. Vice versa, coming out of the corners, the car's doing the same thing, unfortunately. When you slam on the gas, you end up putting it back on the rear wheels. It starts dancing on these wheels. And your front wheels actually aren't even touching the ground. I mean, they are, but they're just not getting that same steering. And you end up with both over and understeer. The oversteer because you're dancing the rear wheels around, and understeer because your front wheels aren't even really doing much on the car anymore. So gas throttle application that's going to just put you more like this is going to get you a better acceleration. The car just seems to, more than most cars, really depends on 4 wheels being, in use at all time.
That's exactly right, what Shaun says, and this brings me to an interesting point. You all guys know monster trucks. Shaun, you know monster trucking? Mm-hmm. So they jumping around on those crash cars and whatever. Every time you're seeing them at the start, it's like that, and then the light goes green and the car goes extremely fast. It goes front up, rear down, and that's exactly the case because the fast moving suspension is extremely soft because it needs to absorb the shock from bouncing on the cars. However, on a race car, you do not want to have that movement. So despite going into the brakes and the rear lifts up at the end, you want to set your rebound setting a lot stiffer in the back. That means the car just slowly moves up, putting slowly low towards the front and somewhat makes the rear end more manageable. And that's the sort of setup change you at some point gonna fiddle out how dampers work. Probably could do another setup guide about that for ages. But yeah, that's just a little hint at the end of the stream for you guys. To how to conquer such kind of behavior of the car. So Shaun, I would like to thank you very much for doing the performance and simply driving until I say stop. That was very well done. Really the way I like to work with people when working on a set. Not like doing exactly what I want them to do, but being flexible and testing and not say, hey, we did say we want to work on the set or whatever. Every little work we do right here, we have it. Because I can also show you that this is the result of today's testing, and I'm quickly gonna put that away because it contains valuable information anyway. But that testing really was extremely important for the entire race. The team already knows about it. They had the team meeting at 8 p.m., so 1.5 hours ago. And still, while Shaun was racing, I was like, hey guys, look, take that into consideration for your strategy. And it took like 2 minutes until 6 or 7 people jumped on the sheet. So there's contribution done to the entire team, whereas the team obviously gave the set to Shaun. Shaun gives back the data he sees, and we can take that into consideration and form the perfect strategy out of that. And that's all about what's going on in testing as a team.
Yeah, that's what it's all about in the advantage group.
Exactly. Shaun is so damn right. So, guys, if you don't have any further questions at that point, we're like 2.5 hours into the show right now, so Shaun is exhausted. I'm not exhausted because I was sitting and watching. So I can probably have my own race right now still, since I got 15 minutes to register for Formula 2.0 race at Road Atlanta, that is. The good thing, I do know the track. I don't know track and car combination, so it's gonna be fun to watch for sure. Shaun, you wanna join that?
I was just gonna say, it is like non-stop. No, I actually not, because I have another stream coming up later as well. So it's gonna be all day streaming around here. Which is awesome. But yeah, I should be back on the air at 6 o'clock with the Sim Racing Systems McLaren F1 GTR series.
I'm back in a second.
And so that'll be tonight at 6 o'clock. We're going to do our practice and our test session. And, this one's completely almost escaped my mind. I've had so much energy focused into iRacing for the 2.4 and the 24 hour. I've kind of been a little bit behind on my work for the sim racing systems, but we'll have that at 6 o'clock. Practice, get ready for tomorrow and Friday night's races. So we'll have more of that. I remember last week when I made the switch that it was a little tricky going from iRacing to Assetto Corsa. So I expect the first 30 minutes of tonight's stream to be just kind of getting myself up to speed, to be honest with you. So hopefully it'll make for an exciting stream, and hopefully we'll learn some things and find some good pace there. And you guys can probably count on Sayyip turning up and having a setup. Hopefully we'll all be depending on Sayyip for a decent setup. He's been very generous to our group all season long, and I want to thank him for that. And tonight we will be on Dennis, the big one, who's probably here in the chat. He provides a 24/7 server for us to practice on. So if you want to race with us in that series, you can come on out and practice with the group and get up to speed. And that'll be 24/7, but I'll be there tonight at 6 o'clock. So that's pretty much it for me.
Well, that's great news still. And you guys have seen, this is a show full of fast cars and animals. Whoops, my cat is killing the screen. For God's sake. Cat, please remain silent for a split second. The good thing about your dog is, whatever you talk to him or say to him, he probably listens to. My cat is just furious.
Just
So,
care less, huh?
yeah, I'm the king. You're my bimbo. That's what a cat is like. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support throughout the entire stream and throughout your entire all the interest. Oh.
Oh.
Was he seeing the cat? Was he seeing the cat on the screen?
No, I think somebody.
I'm sorry. Get out of the room. There you go. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Really, your support is overwhelming to me. Like you being around. Want to bring this to an end right now? Shaun, you got anything to add?
No, just thank you for being here. Thank you through what we've done. Your, maybe picking up something, maybe a driving line tip, maybe a setup tip, maybe just a mental aspect of preparation tip, because the big goal of Simpit is just to make sim racing better and make everybody a little bit faster and have more fun. So I hope we achieve that. Hopefully you guys pick something up from today's show, and thank you once again, Michi, for keeping me driving, keeping me driven.
No worries. I'm really got an interest into that because I'm gonna be your team manager for the upcoming weekend for one. So I want you to perform good. So I take care of that. Anyway, guys, thank you there for everyone. Wishing good luck to Shaun. Everyone wishing good luck to the ACR Zakspeed team. There's gonna be a reveal about our teaming for the upcoming weekend very soon. So make sure to follow our Facebook pages. All I can say now is I'm gonna be live in a 5-minute time probably again. Not here though, but I think you guys will find it. And well, and then it's going to be Road Atlanta. I have no practice whatsoever. I need to learn the track and the car combination within 5 minutes, and then we have a race. So thank you very much for watching. Shaun, got anything to add?
No. Do you have a link for your stream, or you could just do a search, people, for Michi?
Yeah. Let me see whether I get up a stream link in a second. I can do so, I think. No, I can't. Not yet.
Okay.
So
just do a search in the top bar for Michi Hoyer, his channel. We were streaming that
race
on
exactly.
that channel today.
Or just from the chat right now, I type in a little message saying, "Hey, you can click on the 3 dots and behind, go on my channel, and you will see me live in a couple of minutes."
There you go.
So, this is Shaun Cole, and this is Michi Hoyer, and that was the Simpit today with racing at Daytona 24, and we see you guys out on track.